Let's see a C program to understand how variable works in C. So this is a C program for calculating simple interest. As we know, the formula for calculating simple interest is principal amount into rate of interest into number of years divided by 100. So this is a formula what we will be using. Now for that, we are starting with the very first preprocessor directive, that is #include, using which we are including standard input output header file. Then comes the main function. The return type for the main function is int, that is integer. So we need to end this main function by using return 0 statement. Open curly brace denotes the starting of the main function. In a similar way, the closing curly brace indicates the end of the main function. Here I have taken two integer variables. The first integer variable is p for storing the principal amount, whereas the second integer variable is n for storing number of years. On the next line, I have taken two float variables. The first float variable r is for storing rate of interest, whereas the second float variable si will be used for storing the value of simple interest. Now here we are trying to assign some values to these variables. So on this line, I am assigning value 1000 to variable p, that is for principal amount. Here I'm assigning value 3 to the variable n, that is for storing number of years. And on the next line, I am assigning value 8.5 to variable r, that is for rate of interest. After assigning these values, on the next line, we are applying the formula, that is p into n into r divided by 100. And this value will be assigned to variable si. Finally, we are printing the value of simple interest by making use of printf function. So as per the format of printf function, within double quotes, we have to provide the format string. %f is a format string which is used for printing the real values or float values. And then comes the name of the variable, that is si. After completing this program, we have to save this program. So I have already saved this program with this name, that is simple interest. .c denotes the C file. Then comes the execute option. First of all, we'll compile the code. As it can be seen here, this code has 0 errors, 0 warnings. We can go back to execute and run the program. The output of the program is this, that is simple interest is 255. Now let's try to understand the difference between constants and variables. In the previous lectures, we have seen that the values of the constants cannot be changed. Opposite to that, as per the definition of variables, the values may change. So let's try to change the value of one of the variables here. Let's say on the next line, I'm making the value of variable p 2000. After making this change, we need to save the program. Let's go to execute and compile it. As it can be clearly seen here, this program has 0 errors and 0 warnings. It means this change has got no problem. After compiling it, let's run the code. And now we can see here the value of simple interest is changed. So before it was 255 and now it has become 510. Let's try to understand how. So whenever we talk about execution of the C program, it happens sequentially. As per the sequence, initially variable p got value 1000, variable n got value 3, variable r got value 8.5, and at this line, we are changing the value of p from 1000 to 2000. So whenever we'll apply this formula, at the place of p, the value 2000 will be considered. Whereas for the rest of the variables, the values are the same. That is, for n, the value is 3. For variable r, the value is 8.5. If you're calculating simple interest as per these values, the simple interest will be this new output. So in this lecture, we have covered what are variables, rules for constructing variables, and finally a C program to understand how to use them. In the next lecture, we'll see the concept of keywords. Thank you.